You are not alone, for I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. But you are not alone, for I am here with you. Though we'll fall apart, you're always in my heart, for you're always in my heart.
Well, what's going on, YouTubers? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Scream Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from September 8th, 2021. Where we give you AEW Dynamite results, the fallout of All Out from 2021. They were in Cincinnati, Ohio at the Fifth Third Arena. Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Ross were your commentators. So let's not waste any more time, folks, because I am way behind of these reviews for All Elite Wrestling as it is. So let's get right into it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, because I was haven't been done these reviews. Excalibur was not on this show. In fact, he was getting married during that week. So during that time, taking his place was the Human Suplex Machine, the ECW legend, Taz. Sorry, folks. So the opening match, let's get to that. Malachi Black versus the Natural Dustin Rhodes. A match I thought it started pretty good until there was some sloppiness, botchiness, and then the Black Mass was also a botch too, which pertains to the shoulders getting hit by Dust the shoulders getting kicked to just Dustin Rhodes by Malachi Black, and that was the match. Dustin Rhodes was bleeding from the mouth, and that's all there is to it. So yeah, another member of the Nightmare family targeted by Malachi Black until we get a Clay Rose coming back, a chance to the match, which that will be a review for another time. And I was there live and in person for that too, which I'm pretty sure there's some my vlog about it. A review package of the Lucha Bros defeating the Young Bucks. Penta says, that the titles cost them blood, sweat, and tears. Anyone willing to suffer to take them from them is welcome to try. So there you go. Lucha Bros only have to challenge. Eddie Kingston cuts a promo on Miro's, saying that God has no favors, and when it rains, it pours on the just and the unjust the same. Miro then says that he had to ice his balls, just like Kingston, for different reasons. I mean, we don't know where Miro met about that. Miro was getting on with CJ Perry, I meant to say. And offers Eddie Kingston's soul to his God. Basically, it was a video promo. Retains some current promos on each other. Retains the outcome of All Out. Then CM Punk comes out, the best in the world. He comes out and says, first of all, he gets a huge ovation, obviously. He thanks Darby Allin for the match. He thanks Sting for the for being a man of his word, and thanks the fans at All Out. Says that he'll never lie to the fans and say that he didn't know what it would be like to but it was like riding a violent bicycle. The fans start chanting "Used to God" to CM Punk, which he never lost it. But puts over the main event from for Dynamite, which Suzuki and John Moxley, which we'll get to that. Calls John Moxley a maniac. He points out, Brian Pillman's aren't in the crowd. Basically, Brian Pillman Jr. Linda Pillman, the sister of the late great Brian Pillman. And calls her an angel, which she is. Punk talks about, since his debut for All Out, says that the first thing that he did after the match, his match, was a text from his wife, and she asked him what's next. Basically, AJ Lee talking about, that's who he's referring to. But as far as CM Punk, who's next, the fans, what they want to see who he wants to face next, basically. All of a sudden, Taz gets a microphone, which was weird. Interrupts CM Punk. Punk wasn't aware of this, and Punk tells Taz that Taz, that out of respect, that he will let him speak, but don't ever do that again. And then Taz gets pissed off and says that he is tired of this bullshit love fest that CM Punk is getting. And Taz said that CM Punk was impressive at All Out, but he better not even mention Team Taz again, or else. And Taz was like, what are you talking about? I never mentioned any members of Team Taz and everything. And I was like, yeah, that's right, he didn't. And Taz said, oh yeah, you did. Don't on the social media will slant down. I'm like, well, the only media I paid attention to CM Punk was the whole thing that he talked about what happened All Out, which it was not mentioned about Team Taz, but I guess what pertains to before that, I guess I'll take Taz's word for it. But basically, this pertains to Powerhouse and Hook. They came out, and Taz says that basically pertains to Team Taz. Says that he has heard Punk mention their names elsewhere, which I already mentioned already, which is on other things. And he better not do it again. And I'm saying myself, so this is the how they're gonna build the feud here for CM Punk. So Punk said, he basically tells Taz to send any one of Team Taz, and then he says, "Beat me if you can, survive if I let you." And Taz was livid because that's Taz's catchphrases. I'm like, wow, Punk went that far. And then also Punk goes up to the stage where Hobbs was there because Hobbs was given for his match against Dante Martin, which I'll get to. But yeah, Punk's trying to go to the tunnel that he's trying to go to, but Hobbs was in the way, so Punk has to go to the other side of the tunnel, and there you go. So Hobbs heads to the ring because he came ready for his match. Before we get to Hobbs in the ring, Proud and Powerful. By the way, the promo exchange too was great, especially where it takes the opening promo for CM Punk. It was great. So, but back to this now. So Proud and Powerful says that they are the best and wants to and wants someone to prove them wrong. So there you go. Then we get to Ruby Soho. She wants to prove that she wasn't just a fluke, but Dr. Britt Baker DMD decides to walk into the interview, which by the way Tony Schiavone was interviewing Ruby Soho, but Britt Baker was not alone. She had Reba. Not Britt Baker's had me calling her Reba now. Rebel, and Jamie Hayter. And basically Britt Baker says, basically she asks, why are they wasting TV time for her? And Ruby says that she and Britt have known each other for a long time, and she helped her break into the wrestling business. Says that to Britt Baker mix up all these nicknames so people don't see she really is, and she's is in her block right now. And then Britt Baker makes fun of her by saying, saying because her nickname is the Runaway, right? And she tells her to, why don't you run away back to catering where you've been for the past 2 years? And from there, Ruby Soho wanted to kick her ass from there. And then I guess Tony Schiavone was in the way, I guess, while we're then Tony basically Ruby tells Tony that she's she's going to get her ass whipping, since she's your girl and right? We'll get to Tony Schiavone later, by the way. But as far as this, boy, Britt Baker really took Ruby Soho's lunch money from there. My God, that was a promo. A burial promo, I should say. And then we get the Powerhouse Hobbs. Finally, they after waiting in the ring for his opponent to come out in Dante Martin. So the match happens. It's a pretty good match. Where Powerhouse Hobbs looked like he was rocked a little bit. But the match still what ends up being what it was. In the end, Powerhouse Hobbs got the win, and there you go. He won with the power slap, by the way. No, okay, I guess he had to rush in the way, I guess, because Powerhouse Hobbs really got rocked, But there you go. Apparently, I missed this part. Dan Lambert cut a promo on the balcony calling CM Punk and Bryan Danielson skinny little dorks. Says that Tony Khan is just playing money to hide the truth that AEW only has two real men wrestling there, and that is Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Says that they will scream that the truth with the voice of thousands of men. If AEW thinks they have any men tough enough to do it, to come and fight Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page before they burn the company down to the ground. And I'm saying to myself, it's Archer, But then again, we'll get to who will end up being the guys to accept that challenge. But there you go. That's my thoughts about that. Matt Hardy cuts a promo on Orange Cassidy where he tried to cut his hair or whatever. And then Orange Cassidy says, whatever. That was basically his response. So, MJF. After his loss against Chris Jericho, he's pissed. He's got Wardlow with him. Because the promo says that he beat Chris Jericho 3 times prior to Sunday, and which is all out. He beat him 4 times on Sunday due to to a biased call from the referee. Match was restarted, and and due to the biased referee against him, because everyone in the back wants to beat him, knows that no one in the crowd can understand what he's saying, and basically saying the place they're at, Cincinnati, he called it shit Shenanity. And then he means every word coming out of his mouth when he says that that Cincinnati is the biggest dumpster fire in the world. Continues to basically just downgrade Cincinnati until to a point where he saw Linda Pillman, and also pertains to Brian Pillman's daughter, and basically MJF was basically ripping them an asshole, calling Brian Pillman's daughter 16 and pregnant, which was, I guess, she was pregnant, of what I heard at the time, and that just led to Brian Pillman Jr. coming out to defend the honor of Cincinnati and his family. But instead, coming out there looking all pissed off and everything, he comes out there with a cheesy look on his face, smiling, and getting the pop from the crowds because he's in his hometown, and like, and he goes to a promo where he says that he is from the streets of Cincinnati. Welcome to the jungle. I mean, he's kind of a good promo though. Basically saying that this is a city of badasses that breeds badasses like his dad and John Moxley. And then MJF calls Brian Pillman's mother, Melody, and because of her drug addictions, which the way she looks right now, calling her Methany. Meth. And it's a shame that she didn't do it to him what she should have did to the rest of the of her her process, and that's swallow. So MJ tells that Pillman if he doesn't get out of his face, because at this point Brian Pillman was in the ring, he was pissed at this point. He's going to do him what his mother should have done a long time ago, and that's to abort him. And by I think at this point he told Wardlow to step away because Wardlow got heat from MJF for not helping him where he needed him from All Out, even though Jake Hager was the reason why he couldn't help him, you know. But they basically teasing more, tensions between both Warlow and MJF. I mean, they've done plenty of times before. I don't know if when they're gonna do the breakup. I don't know when it's gonna lead to eventually, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Especially what happened at at Grand Slam. So, but at this point, him is checking MJF, and Warlow decides to help. Griff Garrison comes out, and he gets laid out, and then Brian Pillman shield him as MJF and Warlow they leave, like just like that. And there you go. No, it's not much to say about that. But yeah, it was good. It was good though. I enjoyed the segment though. It basically showing a new face going up against a familiar face on AEW television, and it's really and I couldn't be more happier to see Brian Pillman Jr. in that spot. A video package hyping up Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley. They even showed some stuff between those two in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and cannot wait. We'll get to that main event, which ends up being the main event. Jamie Hayter with Rebel, and Dr. Britt Baker DMD, as Jamie Hayter goes up against the Runaway, Ruby Soho. The match I thought was decent, and also the match where Ruby Soho needs to win because she's the contender. She needs some a big momentum going into against Britt Baker, and she did. She won the match. It was a spot that was a botch, which is why I thought the match was just decent. But other than that, yeah, Britt Baker got, I mean not Britt Baker. Ruby Soho got the win with the leaping Insuguri. Before it used to be called We Riot. Now Soho's got to come up with another name for that. Maybe the Runaway Kick. Who knows? It's just a suggestion. After the match, Baker and Rebel, they attack Soho, and then Riho comes out. Now, here's the thing about Riho, by the way. Now, if you remember, I did the review for All Out. I talked about Riho was eliminated without anyone noticing it. Yeah, because, if you blinked, you missed her elimination, except for one thing. She was really never eliminated from the Battle Royale of, the Casino Battle Royale, because even Riho mentioned this on Twitter, I think, that she never went over the ropes to be eliminated. She was like under the ropes, and then ends up on the apron, and then she got taken out of the other match by at the ring, but to say off the apron by Jamie Hayter, and the referees didn't see how it happened and see how that it was being positioned, but this this referee who called it, I don't remember who it was, but this referee saw Riho on the ground and thinking that she got eliminated, which that wasn't the case at all, because not when you look back at it, yeah, Riho was never eliminated from the Battle Royale. So if anything, she deserves a title shot. Remember her holding with Eddie Kingston from last year when he wasn't eliminated from the Battle Royale, which it was true too as well. He never went over the top. He went through the ropes. Same case for Riho. She never went over the top. So Eddie Kingston got his opportunity, not once but twice. And I think Riho needs an opportunity, especially against a no foe against Britt Baker. Let's do it. They didn't tease anything of it. We're still doing it on Dynamite Grand Slam, not even on Rampage Grand Slam. But Riho deserves the opportunity. But at the same time, we're this whole thing. I wish they could have played up that whole storyline. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't recall if they did or not. But if you ask me, it pertains to Riho being involved with this, saving Ruby Soho, that should have been Thunder Rosa spot, because Thunder Rosa and Ruby Soho were the last two of the Casino Battle Royale, so it would have made sense more for Thunder Rosa to be part of that in that spot instead of Riho. Now, either way, I wouldn't have found Riho too, because because you got Chris Standard who came out there too to help for the save. So I say to myself, Chris Standard, there's no way for her to be back in the top picture because she had opportunity, she lost, so she's gonna go back in the line. So, but I can understand that she went after them too because she's got history with Britt Baker, Rebel, and Hater. So yeah, not much to say about that. Either way, I was happy to see Riho either way, so it was a plus for me. That was it. A trios match: the Dark Order's Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, and John Silver, with Coco Banner and 10 at ringside, versus the Pinnacle, FTR, which is Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, teamed up with the chairman Sean Spears, being accompanied by Warlow and Tully Blanchard. Now, this dude do this whole thing with the Dark Order is having tensions and having disagreements and not being on the same page, and it showed here because the Pinnacle won the match, and after the match, the Dark Order starts fighting. And also it was also a backstage promo by the way they did before the match it even happened, where Anna Jay and Ty Conti was bringing up them having an argument, and basically you gotta work together, talk basically trying to get them back on the same page because they're the Dark Order, their family at the end of the day. So as they're all fighting, also we see Anna Jay and Ty Conti coming out, and Anna Jay was going to go down to stop it, but then Ty Conti holds her back and said no. And that was it. Not much to say about that. So, and then we get to the several women's kind of promos, pertains to their to the match from the Casino Battle Royale. Pertains to of the beefs. So, the one that was focusing on most likely was Ty and Jay and Jay Ty. That's the tag name. Yeah, that's a tag name for Anna Jay and Ty Conti. Jay Ty, and also pertains to the Bunny and the Super Bad Girl Penelope Ford. That's basically what they've been focusing on a lot more. I mean, you also had done the Rosa too, and I think you had Jay Cargill as well, if I recall. Not a Rose may have said something, or maybe Vicky Rose doing the talking with her. Who knows? But yeah, that was not much about it. But the one to be seen most likely where is building up the feud, the beef here is Jay Ty versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford. So there you go. Tully Blanchard, he cuts a promo, says that everybody, I think he was being interviewed by Alex Marvez, or maybe Tony Schiavone. I can't remember who interviewed him, but he says that everybody just saw the leadership looks like. He taunts Sting, and says that he is just trying to capitalize off someone else, like he has his whole career. He wants Darby Allin versus Sean Spears on the next Dynamite show, which I will do a coverage of that. And it says that there will be a time when Sting has to face Tully Blanchard one more time. And there you go. Basically, they're teasing Sting versus Tully Blanchard, like back in the old days. So, but we'll see if that ever comes to any significance. Alex Marvez, he interviews the Varsity Blondes after the assault that happened with Griff Garrison, which was badly, by the way, because MJF hit him with a diamond ring to the head or to the eye. I can't remember how it was, but Brian Pillman Jr. says that Tony Khan has agreed to give him a match against MJF on the 22nd of September, which is Dynamite Grand Slam, and he says, yeah, he's going to get what he deserves, basically, and we'll get that too, by the way. The Acclaim, they walk up and basically Max Caster says that he will be facing Brian Pillman Jr. on Rampage, and I'll get to when I do that coverage too. And there you go. So yeah, Max Caster is back in case anyone hasn't figured that out yet. So. Nick, yeah. The Young Fools. Not just Young Fools, but basically the Elite. They came out, but without Alan Cole, obviously, which we'll get to Alan Cole when we get to it. But yeah, the Elite, which Kenny Omega, the Flintton brothers, the Young Fools, they all came out. And also Don Callis, by the way. And you had Tony Schiavone in the ring, interviewing, the Elite. I think you also have Brandon Cutler. Yeah. I see. Yeah, you did have Brandon Cutler there. And you have Michael Naka, get the fuck off my TV, Kazawa. And basically, Callis talks about how Kenny Omega is the #1 rank on PWI 500, and says that All Out was all about the Elite and Kenny Omega, proving why he is the greatest wrestler in history of the business. Says that the Young Bucks had the greatest tag team match ever, but the belts were stolen from them. Yeah, we'll call it that. Don Callis says that they have a plan for getting the belts back and everything. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Nick Jackson says that, speaking of getting the things back, they have the best friend back, and they introduce Adam Cole, baby, because it's all about the boom. Adam Cole, baby. But yeah, Adam Cole comes out, and then all of a sudden, before he gets to down to business, he gets up to Tony Schiavone's face, and I say to myself, why is he getting up in the face of Tony Schiavone? Like, what did he do? He says to him, I know what he knows. What he's basically says he knows that he knows that he's really close to Britt Baker. And like, oh, I get it. And he says, but if he ever looks at her or talks at her funny, he's gonna whip his ass. That's, Adam Cole's threatening to whip Tony Schiavone's ass. And then he tells him, so leave the ring, nerd. Oh man, it was so funny. So then Adam Cole, he starts, and then he also gets down to business. Says that AEW is the top wrestling promotion in the world because of the guys in the ring. He says that everything that AEW has built is thanks to the Elite. Adam Cole says that he may be the new, to AEW, but he has been Elite for a very, very long time. Says that he has shown that he is once in a generation wrestler and has a main evented everywhere, which is true. Even on the main roster, when he went up against Adam Cole went up against at the time Daniel Bryan, when on that SmackDown show where it was invaded by his NXT guys, and now he's with the very best. He says that that the Bucks are the greatest tag team of all time. Calls Omega a once in a lifetime wrestler. Says that the fans should be thanking the Elite because the Elite is now complete. And that, my friends, is undisputed. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. Next week, he says on the next Dynamite show, he will make his in-ring debut and will prove again how good he is. And there you go. Also, Kenny Omega starts talking about he's he does like being interrupted, and then all of a sudden he gets interrupted by Bryan Danielson coming out, and then Omega gets pissed off, and the Elite leaves the ring as Omega and Danielson are face to face. Bryan Danielson is, gets in the ring. Omega says that he is just the guy he wanted to talk to, but Danielson snatches the microphone away from him, and then Bryan Danielson basically says to Omega, "Do you fans want to see Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson?" And they obviously they chant it yes in unison. And Bryan Danielson says that Omega is afraid to take the match because he knows that Bryan Danielson is better than him, and he can kick his head off, and basically saying that Omega is not even on his level. And Omega takes a swing at him for Bryan Danielson to get him into the label lock, and the Elite comes in there and beats him off of him until we get Jurassic Express coming out. Christian Cage, Frankie Kazarian, and representing Jurassic Express, you got Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt getting in there and whipping some asses. It was comical where Marco Stunt was whipping some ass to one of the Elite. I think it was the Bryan Cutler. But it was so funny with the way they looked. Oh my god, it's just look unbelievable. It looks non-believable, I should say. But but the faces got the better against the Elite, and that was it. They promoted that Cody Rhodes will be making his return to AEW on September 22nd, which he did, which is get back in the ring, and he's gonna go up against Malachi Black, which we'll get to when we get to that review. And if you see my my vlog, yeah, I know that Malachi Black got the win. So then we get to the main event, the Death Rider, Jon Moxley versus the King, Minoru Suzuki, or some people may call him Murder Grandpa. So Minoru Suzuki, this is his entrance, but then it gets cut off because they're running out of time, and I say to myself, that's not good. And it wasn't good because of the things I heard that Minoru Suzuki was not happy. Not even Jon Moxley was happy when they cut off Minoru Suzuki's theme song, because that's one of the best part of where it pertains to Minoru Suzuki's entrance is his theme song, and they cut it off because they were running out of time. Boy, I will not be in anyone's shoes in the production truck for doing that. Minoru Suzuki was Murder Grandpa on that night. But luckily no one got killed. But the match happens between Moxley and Suzuki, a rematch by the way from Wrestle Kingdom. Not Wrestle Kingdom. From the New Beginning back in 2020. Yes, 2020. I'd have to remember that. So they have the match, and it wasn't better. It was not better than the match that they had from New Japan. I was not expecting it to be better than the match in New Japan, but I still enjoyed the match for what it was. And Minoru Suzuki was busted open from the someone from the eye, but he still fought, and fought. And by God, I was enjoying everything they were doing in this match until Moxley got the win with the paradigm shift, which the first one he got a good one, but then the other one it just looked like a butterfly suplex. I say to myself, why is he doing that now? It looks it looks like shit. But Moxley got the win after that, and then Moxley looked like he was even more pissed, because I think he's still pissed off because they cut off Minoru Suzuki's theme. Let's hope they don't ever do that again, cut off his theme, which they didn't. Obviously they learned their lessons from there, but at the same time, don't ever do that again, because you're taking away the best part of where it takes the fans singing all along his theme song, from the best part of it, But there you go. That was AEW Dynamite, where it pertains to the fallout of All Out, where it pertains to the show from what's the show from again? Now I'm forgetting the date. September 8th, 2021. Total Wrestling were 5 matches, and my overall show rating for the show. I don't remember what was the actual overall show rating I give it, to be honest with you. And I don't want to look back at it to know. But I thought it was a good show either way. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Good show. And with that being said, thank you all for watching for It's the Natural Scream Thriller, saying peace on the streets for you to do. To be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask, wear your gloves, get vaccinated, be respectful, be better, be appreciative, and be sure to love one another. God bless one another. Live in peace and harmony for us all. I am out here. Talk for now. You all take care.